Alright. More space adventures in capitalist dystopia space. Raptidon head anatomy. This is venom gland. Alright, what the fuck was I doing?
If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own cathanoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like. Hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Velma's gonna be extra cranky if she doesn't get her...
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Who's Velma?
She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
Temper?
Why, just the other day, I heard her shouting from here. I can't imagine what set her off. Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business. Was there something else you needed?
Are you in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited about your job.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
God, my glasses are smudged. Hold on. I can't see the game without my glasses. I'm gonna leave now. You have fun. Where's this fishery?
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No, I mean more than usual.
I'm here to see Velma.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine said she'd shove you in a box if you keep running your yap like that.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Pescatal what now? You should probably see a doctor about that.
That's what Braxton is. He's our fish doctor. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit.
These MSI types are living the dream.
Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick. Runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Why don't you just pay them more?
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand.
I can talk to Caleb for you.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
You said Braxton had been stealing drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Awful nice of you to not say anything.
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Who's this Catherine you mentioned?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
I'll talk to you later. Oh geez, so many
Hey,
workers.
Zelma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
Lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Nothing I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Nicely done.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
You seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Takes more than a few gunships to scare me.
Wish more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes.
Oh, jeez.
On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records.
Captain Big Nose Gold Lips.
Well, there's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Stellar Bay really that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are Sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
You're not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
I'm gonna have a look around town.
Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tosswell poster coming in on the next Sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
You mean this poster?
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And You know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Right, do you have anything
You
to
think
say,
the people in
Felix?
Stellar Bay ever get used to this smell?
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn Rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
I'm Big Nose Gold Lips. Pleasure to meet you.
Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you?
I'm told you can get me to an information broker.
Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head.
How much time do you need?
More than you have, I suspect. I plan to sit here and drink until I find myself awoken sober.
Fine, what do you need?
Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set.
You mean caffeinoid? That stuff's just a stimulant.
Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Alright, I'll be back.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Take a deep breath, tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Why would Tucker run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A Raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing
jeez,
on his
lady.
sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the Iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Mantiqueen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for
Jesus Christ,
already.
lady. I'll help you find your son.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Uh-huh.
Wrap Musk and Canid Eyes, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in Raptidon tongue? Or maybe some Canid toenails?
No.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Nope. Why would I want any of that?
I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested. So I thought maybe I was onto something.
Who's Celia?
She works for Sanjar at MSI. She's also Stellar Bay's biggest collector of Canid incisors. And I should know, because she buys them from me.
About Mr. Pickett.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiqueens, especially.
Have you seen a Mantiqueen?
Sure. They're real big. Hard to miss them.
Why is he so interested in Mantiqueens?
Who wouldn't be?
People who value self-preservation, Sebastian.
Now that just sounds like a fancy way to say boring people.
Where have you seen a Mantiqueen?
Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett. But I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried about him. Tell you what, I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's got himself in trouble. Fair deal?
Sure, I can keep an eye out for him.
All right then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last Mantiqueen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be Mr. Pickett still out there too.
What do you have for trade?
Oh, good. Celia hasn't come by in a few days, so I haven't sold much.
It's a bunch of a bug. Gross. Let's repair my stuff.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Gross.
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
I guess I'll wait till you're done with your meeting then.
And a sense of humor, too. Did you hear that, Celia?
I heard it, sir.
But I'm sure you didn't come here to trade witticisms, No, you're here for business.
I'm looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in the sprat-fucked colony, I'm going to stab someone.
Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back?
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Ain't that right?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Sounds like something out of the chairman's own notes, Vic.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
That's a coward's answer.
I have people to look after. I need to be practical.
That's why Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
What's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
How do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you, till you said the phrase, extremely powerful ordnance.
It is quite the rush.
Where can I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Sure.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
You having money trouble?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Must be expensive.
20 bottles worth adds up, that's for sure. You'd think Sebastian would give me a discount as much as I buy from him.
He should give you free bags at least.
Oh, I don't mind. I usually buy things one at a time. Gives me more chances to talk to him. He's sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Maybe I can talk to him for you?
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
I'll talk to you later. So, let's see, this was Sebastian, right?
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Nope. Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
She likes you.
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
No, I mean she really likes you.
And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. But you don't have to butter me up.
You idiot, I'm trying to tell you she wants to date you.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm? Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise she won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
There, Celia, I got you a date.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
He said he'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
He likes you, Celia. Just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Here.
Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick.
Are you alright?
No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth. If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Sure, actually. Do you have ammo? I'll buy all of the ammos. Sell the junk.
Murder? Hey, is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
What a gruesome way to die.
Betting slip lists some incredible wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists from Left Field Tossball Betting. Silver rig. It's all in the same color. We're stuffed in this suitcase. Alright. Oh, somebody has been murdered. Those caffeine pills. You have caffeine
Hello
pills?
Again, dearie. What can I get you?
I've been asked to pick up a caffeinoid supplement.
And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie?
Actually, the pills are for me.
I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra?
Oh, that's just awful.
Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail?
Nyoka?
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Well, when can Nyoka get her next dose?
I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka tends to exhaust her supply rather quickly. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you. But there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
I thought you were in charge around here, Auntie. You sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his.
Forgetful fellow, eh?
Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually.
Where can I find this Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the Flower of Enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Flower of Enlightenment?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties.
We're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie.
Guess I'll figure this out on my own.
Chin up, dearie.
I don't know how to spell the name, because I'm dumb.
Easy does it.
See, I could. Where's the pep pills? Ah, there it is. Got it.
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the...
Alright, I got her stuff. Who's Bennett?
Laws. Can a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace?
You got a lot of brass for a man doing absolutely nothing.
What I am doing, sir, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
That's a lot of big words.
I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
But now you're all free from the board.
Yes, free to wallow in squalor together. Free to squabble with the iconoclasts over a raptidon-infested hellhole. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be.
Ah, the Charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
I got your pills. These things are dangerous, you know.
More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business. Let's go.
Glad to have you.
Great. Where to?
Let's find the information broker.
Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Felix, way on the ship. We need Nyoka's help right now.
As long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the Unreliable Crew.
Don't say it like that, Vicar.
In a minute.
Stellar Bay had a vicar once. He took it upon himself to convince Graham's folk to come back to the corporate fold. Kept making the trip between the city and Amber Heights by foot. Kept getting himself into all sorts of scrapes. Day came when I found a book of his in the middle of a raft encampment. And still gripping it, too.
The plan unfolds as the plan unfolds. To Vicar and layman alike.
Level up. Right now, let's... do that. There. Okay. Still got quests to do in here. Figure out this murder. Hello.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
I play for Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Don't you recognize me?
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
Coach said I need to practice hitting things. There's lots of things to hit on Monarch, right?
That's for sure. Just mind you, don't let them hit you back. So, what can I do for you?
I found this betting slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
I'm listening.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Right.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
You said you were having trouble receiving the tossball game transmissions?
Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Alright, that's all for now. Let's go see about these bullies in the alley.
A vicar, huh? You a true believer, or do you just like the tithes?
Why, that's borderline offensive, Ms. Ramnareem Wentworth. Of course I believe. The tithes are merely a well-earned bonus.
I met another believer once. Pushy type. He thought he'd been left behind for a reason. Thought he'd find some kind of cosmic truth in the wilderness. Got himself infected by a mantis and drowned in a sulfur pool. Some truth.
Can't get more brutally true than survival of the fittest. But don't mistake us all for blind fools. Intellect plays a large part in who stays among the living.
Bang.
Glad to hear it.
Hey, fellas.
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Gross. I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
You bully people long enough, if you know what's good for you, you'll clear out and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Should have just killed them. They're murderers. But whatever. I get more experience for convincing. Sanjar.
You should know you're getting excellent reviews from across the company. What can I do for you?
Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Elijah and his hooligan friends. I ran them out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them. Eventually.
Of course you would have.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I'm leaving. Alright. Oops. Journal. that one. Someone is upstairs. There you are. Oops.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Yep. Captain Big Nose Gold Lips of the Unreliable.
Ship captain. Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be so bad it made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Any suggestion for how to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her. But we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's this about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
I'll talk to you later. Let's have a look-see at that. Turlets. Probably be on our computer, right? Personal files. Bypass. Filled with Saltuna breeding charts, various pharmaceutical farming. How Saltuna seem to prefer Borscht beans over plain Borstwurst. Elm's personal files are more blah 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 blah. She's been slowly siphoning money from her operating budget into a personal account. Ow, my legs. Velma!
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in Saltuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Well, you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition. Anyway, what do you folks need?
Let's talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
Why can't you give him his pay increase?
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone.
She's principled, in at least this area. I will begrudgingly give her that.
Thank you. I think. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
I saw your accounts. You've been skimming money for years. You can afford to pay more.
Yeah, and did you miss the part where I'm working doubles to cover for everyone who decides not to show?
Ironic, isn't it?
I'm the one who keeps this place running. That money's mine, one way or another.
And what do you think Sanjar will say to that?
Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately. Something else on your mind?
I'll talk to you later. Let's go tell Caleb he got his raise.
I don't mean to judge, but are you ever sober, Ms. Remnarim Wentworth?
Only when I got a job to do, and even that ain't a guarantee.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
We talk about
Sure
Velma.
thing. What did you want to discuss?
Velma was embezzling from MSI. She's agreed to pay up your wages in exchange for my silence.
Well, I'll be a Raptidon's dinner. Reckon I ought to listen to gossip more often. Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now, me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Yay! Alright, we gotta find the fish doctor now. While I'm here, and like Tinker increases the damage. Now my revolver is stronger.
Whatever you do, don't mention caution. You never hear the end of it.
Excuse me. Dropping a care package off at the Manual Ruin South Stella Bay. Be back soon. Alright. Now I can go outside. Yes, outside time. Help the chairman and Mr. Clark defeat our foes.
Can we talk?
What, me?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Well, I definitely don't plan on getting myself killed.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous.
What kind of danger are we talking about here?
Nothing we can't handle.
Alright, let's hear it.
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, with the family we once were.
What do you need to do?
First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects.
That's what I'll bring home to Barry.
And after that?
Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Sounds fun. Let's go.
Thanks, Cap. Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. Right. Here's the road. Follow it south.
Here we go. Down they go.
Leveled up again. Yay. I wanna do that. Alright, I think I should increase my persuade.
And we're stalking.
Drop trouble!
And that's how it's done, Captain.
Did I not do something? Oh, perk. Do that.
Careful. Only things you'll find in the ruins are liable to shoot you or eat you. Or both.
I believe this place has seen better days.
Alright. What's in here? Do-do-do. Someone's playing some board game. Pianners. Oh, hi.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
Don't mind if I do.
Excellent. You've arrived at just the right time. My wife is putting the finishing touches on dinner. Please, make yourself at home until it's ready.
Something ain't right about this.
Nope. My money's on Cannibal.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner?
I guess so.
That's nice. We had someone else over a week ago or yesterday. I forget.
Are you okay? You seem confused.
It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip. Other times it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before?
You're the first person I've talked to who makes sense.
Can we talk more after dinner?
I usually feel better after dinner.
I'll leave you alone now. Hi.
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the Eternal provides, does it not?
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all means, just make yourself comfortable. Company is always a reason for cheer.
If you're so eager for company, why live all the way out here?
The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves.
Things have a way of working out, I suppose.
That they do. Though it's up to us to make the most of those opportunities, wouldn't you say? Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
You must be famished. So are we, my friend, but one can't rush a fine meal.
Why is the door locked?
Is it sticking again? I'm afraid nothing out here works the way it used to. There's a bit of a trick to jimmying it open. I'll see to it once we've finished dinner.
Okay.
I do appreciate your patience. I'd hate to serve company with anything but the best, though.
I'll keep myself occupied, then. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
Oh, sorry, I was just looking around.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Your rocket candies?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
What other man?
I'm not telling you.
Calm down, I'm going now.
Spacer's choice pills, they cure all your ills.
Oh.
These sulfur-sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
Well, I found the fish doctor.
An affront to the grand plan.
Unequip that. We'll equip their knife. Probably gonna need this in a minute. I can leave that way. Hey!
What's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen.
Yep.
Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
I have. It's one of my better qualities.
How very rude.
Time to teach you some manners.
Incoming!
Oh no, the cannibals are killing me. Oh no, I died! Cannibals won. Let's try that again. Is this before or after I... Okay.
But what's this?
The murdering cannibal accuses me of being nosy?
Quickly, my dear. He's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
Yes, these people deserved much, much worse.
Deadcannibals.com. Okay, let's see. I want to check down for the vicar.
Understood.
Here we go. That one's done for. Here they come.
Oh, that works. They can kill it as well.
Here we go. Here we go. That's the last of them.
Okay. Where's my map?
We got trouble.
Score, Cap!
Watch the feet. The sulfur pool is going to get full. We'll take the toe off.
Well, we won't step in the sulfur, Nyoka. To go this way. Follow the road to get to the place. Oh, hi. Hunting Rifle Ultra, that sounds fun. Was Amber Heights somewhere I needed to go? Yeah, he's supposedly in here. Adrena time. Oh, hi.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclast.
Why were you staring at me?
I'm Rose. Please, take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his Philosophist truths, and the Iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. We're out of pamphlets. Gosh blast it.
Gosh blast it, indeed. I don't want a pamphlet anyway. Just tell me who you are.
That paper they use makes excellent kindling, you know. If they ever get more, you ought to grab some.
What? Nyoka? That's why you wanted so many? You said you were just spreading the word. While you keep rude company, you're welcome all the same. We're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems.
What about Raptidons or Marauders?
Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep.
Do you have a boss or leader or something?
Oh, sure. Graham's our founder. He taught us how to cut our own path in the wilderness. And I guess some folk have started following Zora's orders. You can think of those two as our leaders, but they're more like examples. We all ought to be more like them.
Where can I find them?
Graham's place is in the large building straight back. Zora's sometimes there talking with him, but usually she's in the triage clinic next door.
Got it. Before I go, I'm looking for a Tucker. Have you seen him?
The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Damn philosophists.
Well, if the Vicar hates them, they're probably decent.
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger?
Big Nose, Gold Lips.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
You're Agnes's little boy from Stellar Bay?
I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? Had hoped she'd accept my decision.
She made it seem like you were in danger, asked me to rescue you.
According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
So, what do you want to do about it? She'll keep sending people to look for you.
Stars, I don't know. My mama's a stubborn woman. She won't quit until I'm dead. You know, that might just work. You go back and tell her you found my body beside the road, all mangled,
not
tore
nice.
up. If she believes me dead, she won't look for me no more.
Don't you think that'll hurt her?
I hate to think of her grieving, but it'll be good for her to move on. In the long run, you know?
I won't do that to Agnes.
I'm plain out of ideas then, Captain. I won't go back, and I can't think of a better way to get my mama to stop searching for me.
Running away is for cowards. You need to face her and show her you've grown up.
She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time?
Teach her the iconoclast philosophies. Convert hers so she might join you in freedom.
You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
Yay. Hey, I should probably talk to the leaders of this place while I'm here.
It ain't right. How many good folk we gonna lose for? That's just the way it is. No, all I'm saying is she gotta...
Hello?
A Mantiqueen.
Yeah. We felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins.
And hell only knows where the Van Oys are. They never showed.
I'm sure they're... let's talk later. It seems we have company.
Yes, hello.
A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a
Nice
path to walk,
chaps.
you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts.
I'm told you're out of pamphlets. That's a shame.
Ah, yes. The first step to accepting the truths of philosophism is to open your heart to its wisdom. I've found the written word to be quite effective in helping people do that. But alas, the eternal truth hasn't been generous with the paper and ink. Now, why have you come?
Anything need doing?
A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now, here's an idea. There's an old printing press I've been trying to get up and running.
Printing press on Monarch?
Oh, yes. Many facilities lie abandoned in the wilderness. I believe the press could be operational again with a little elbow grease and luck. Will you aid us in our cause?
Sure.
Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Wait, where is Huxley?
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
MSI supplies you?
One of our sympathizers. A woman named Carlotta periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup.
Where is the supplier?
She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north.
All right, I'll be
Wonderful.
back.
While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges. Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage. Hey.
I'll probably buy the extra supplies. I don't think we need propaganda.
Gonna need to buy myself an entire Rizzo plant after all this.
Alright, journal. Alright, let's get out of here.
Damn philosophists.
Shut up, Vicar. Go get these rollers, and we will buy food and medicine, not fucking printing cartridges.
That's how it's done, Captain.
What's this? It's sealed. I need to be in there, though. Or maybe just up here. Hi.
Excuse me, but this area's off limits. We got a leaky generator. It ain't safe. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off.
What's going on here?
We're fixing a leaky generator. What's it to you?
I'm supposed to meet someone here, that's what.
Right. Carlotta. Yeah, she's inside. We got first rights, though. Soon as we fix that generator, she's ours.
Why are you after her?
You'd have to ask the boss. I just know she wants Carlotta voided.
I need to get inside.
And I'm just gonna let you walk on in? Why's that now?
I'm here to investigate reports of a mantis worm infestation.
Oh, of all the void damned. I ain't getting eaten alive for a couple of bits. Pack it up, crew!
Hello?
It's too quiet. What are you up to out there? Hello?
Sublight Squad is gone.
Relax. I've been cooped up in here for almost 2 days. Who are you, anyway?
Big Nose Gold Lips. Graham sent me to collect supplies.
Oh, finally! Tell Graham that this is the last run I'm doing. Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck anymore.
What's up?
I don't know how you got those goons to leave, but thank you. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press? Here, take them. Like I said, this is my last run.
Why did Sinjar ban you from working with the Iconoclasts?
You'd have to ask him. All I know is that if I get caught, I'll get arrested.
Why have you been helping Graham?
It's an enviable thing he's doing. Free people and all that. I can't live that way. I need my structure. But I respect the Iconoclasts for doing it.
Where will they get their supplies now?
Law help them. I don't know. Maybe Sublight can lend a hand. I should go. Look, Graham's got a bit or two left in his account. I can send one last dropout before I wash my hands of this. What do you want delivered?
Zora suggests extra food and medicine.
I always took that woman for the sensible type. Good on her. I'll send some along. Give them all my regards. And good luck out there. Don't go getting eaten.
And she's gone. Inferno Scythe. So much stuff to steal in here. Alright. Back to the people. With their supplies. Get the fuck out of the way. Whatever the fuck. Transition. Terror on the frontier.
Hey, Max. What does your religion say happens to us after we die?
The body returns to the universe from whence it came. I'm sure you've seen a corpse in the various stages of decay.
Why do we exist in the first place, then? What the hell's the point?
Our lives contribute to the betterment of the human race. Everyone has a part to play for the greater advancement.
Fuck off, Vicar.
I ain't got a part.
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are fine.
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden hellhole did you send them?
They're on a very important... we'll continue this later. Welcome back, Captain.
I got your rollers. The rest of your account went to food and medicine.
Thank the Eternal that someone's got some sense in their head. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
She isn't. Sanjar has declared a stop sale on goods to the Iconoclass.
That is most unfortunate. This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend, you're about to cross a dangerous line.
About to? That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now, we must redouble our efforts to spread the truth to the colony.
What's next?
I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Van Noys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins. Our people died out there.
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
The written word can be quite effective, but losing your flock seems counterproductive.
I have the utmost confidence in their abilities. Friends, we must have faith that the men and women we recruit can handle the duties for which we recruit them.
You could have sent them after backing Zora up, right?
Yes, you're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's become blind to our actual problems. Look, just... if the Vernoys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue like this, I have a feeling we'll need them.
I'll do everything I can. First, I want to do the quest with the Vicar, because I don't want the Vicar in my party anymore. I want Felix back. Felix, anti-corporate.
If you were in charge, would you keep the board around?
Of course. Even with all their faults, they are the best chance to maintain order in the colony.
Yeah.
I suppose I can appreciate the structure of things.
You're out, Vicar. Once I complete your side quest. This way to the Vicar quest.
South here, off the road and down this slope. We've got a decent trek ahead of us. Watch it. These pools don't just stink. They'll take a toe off.
We have a fight on our hands. Easy does it.
Here we go!
Subtle work, Captain.
Apparently there was one behind me.
Take you.
Oops, I missed.
Drumming. It's the last of them.
Okay. Ding. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Fallbrook Crossroads. Call you back, mother.
Fallbrook's on the other side of the bridge there if you need a drink. We're only halfway to the mountain, so might consider stopping in.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Hi.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Where am I?
Guess it's true. Fallbrook really is the best kept secret in all of Monarch, excepting the Borst Factory's secret ingredient. We're a leisurely stopover for the more adventurous spacefaring traveler. Understand?
Sure.
Swell. We like quick on the draw types like you. Saloon is straight back and to the right. Once you're feeling sated, you're welcome to a private cabin. Only $250 a night. Ms. Malin can let you one if you're interested. She's the one who runs this racket. I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron.
I'll be back.
Keep your wits about you. This is sublight territory.
Fallbrook's great. Anything you want, they've got it. So long as you've got the bits.
I'm just here for the
seen Arthur
Vickers
today?
Southwest.
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
Helium still stuck in this long forsaken town. If I find a spot, promise down the tunnel on the riverbank.
Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
Always imagined Fallbrook looked
If you're feeling like the civilized type, the waterfall's a good spot to wash your clothes.
Alright, let's see. Hi, Reggie.
What do you want? Oh, hey, Vicar Max. What are you doing on Monarch? I thought scienticians ain't welcome here.
Haven't you heard? Everyone's welcome here. It's a fucking worker's paradise. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Never worked a day in your miserable life. You're just a parasite, living off my goodwill. Well, guess what? My goodwill's exhausted, along with my temper.
Max, if you're exhausted, maybe you should rest and look for the scholar later.
What? You never cease to amaze me, you know that? This is the guy who told me about the book while we were in prison. I lied about finding a scholar.
What?
But I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to inflict massive amounts of pain on this guy.
You're gonna... Why'd you lie to me?
I couldn't risk you not bringing me here.
It sounds like you have things to work out between you. I'll just be on my way.
Max, you should have told me about this.
Would you have brought me all this way just to watch me beat the life out of a greasy ex-convict if I had?
Probably not.
Exactly. Feel free to turn away if the sight of blood offends you. Now, where were we? Oh, that's right. I was about to beat you. Severely.
Wait! I know who can translate the book for you.
It's too late for that. I threw away my life chasing fairy tales. Will punishing you fix any of that? Of course not. But by law, it will make me feel a whole lot better.
Vicar is psychotic. Vicar, stop. It's not too late. Maybe the answer you've been looking for is in that book.
Okay. Talk, Reggie.
It was stolen from some sort of expert on philosophism. Weird hermit lady on Scylla. My father used to deliver supplies to the mining outpost there.
There, that's sorted then.
I don't think so. A crazed hermit on Scylla? He's playing us for fools.
It's true. My father collected some extra bits on the side by diverting some of the supplies to the gal. The way he told it, he thought the book looked valuable, so he took it. Couldn't find any buyers when it turned out to not only be French, but banned as well.
You can go now.
And if that hermit isn't there, we're coming back for you.
Jesus Christ, Vicar.
I want to thank you for talking some sense into me back there with Cheney. It has been a long time since I gave in to my violent enthusiasm.
Cut the crap, Max. You lied to me about Cheney, and I want to know why.
You're right. I owe you an apology. I've been so obsessed for so long, I couldn't see anything else. You offered me a place on your crew, friendship, and I used you to get to Cheney. And even then, you saved me from myself. I don't know if I could live with myself had I gone through with it. You owe me nothing, I know, but I'm begging your forgiveness.
Okay, but I'm watching you. You ever lie to me again about anything, you're out.
Thank you. I promise I'll be nothing but truthful from this point forward.
I don't believe you. What was it like in prison?
Oh, exactly as you'd imagine. Can't say I enjoyed the stint. It did provide me with plenty of time to think. The way I see it, the universe was snapping me back to where I needed to be. You stray too far from the course of your destiny, the world will try to correct for it.
Let's move on. There's probably people to talk to in this tape. Like this person. Who are you?
Can I help you? Don't think we've spoken before. I would remember. You look, well, I wouldn't forget what you're wearing, no.
Why would we have spoken before?
Most of the freshies spend their first night in the saloon. Fresh to Fallbrook, I mean. Me? I've been here going on 3 days now. I'm real friendly. Figure I've talked up everyone in town by now. But not you yet.
Seems it's your lucky day.
Every day I've been here has been my lucky day. Never won so much in my whole life. Aside from a close call during my wilderness hike, it's been a grand adventure. I'm dreadful blessed that Captain Criley hired me onto the crew.
Which crew?
You wouldn't have heard of them. They're just a small pot of smugglers. Kept getting their spoils stolen when they went to fence them. So they hired on a merc. They didn't mind my being so talkative, or them being my first protection gig. Captain Criley, he does ask me to shut it sometimes. In fact, I probably shouldn't be flapping my gums about his crew at all.
That's all.
Right then. Very well.
Workbench. Big ol' shock sniper rifle now. What's in here? That's where I was just standing. Let's find someone, probably someone to talk to. Someone important. Malin's House of Hospitality. What's in here? An insurance agent.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance. I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
That sounds like a great deal.
It sure is. So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Matriarch?
We're
or
not
Monarch?
on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Why?
Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch, but financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here. So we can... what's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course.
So you're dodging the authorities.
We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our liquidity. Plus, Sublight keeps this place running remarkably well, and they sure drive business our direction.
What's keep telling me about your insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
Who would get an outrageous statement insured?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
Oh, that's terrible. Disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
That's all I needed to know.
One thing's for sure. You won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
I'm gonna go now. Got anything fun to steal?
I'll keep quiet.
System, I'll investigate.
Nicely done.
What do you think you're doing?
Ah! Nothing at all.
Workers determined to be operating within the parameters of the law. Workers, you are not... What?
Nothing.
Suspicion levels minimal.
Incoming!
Goodbye.
The last of them.
Well. I didn't see that robot standing there. There's a wager with several chaps at Billingsley's, blah blah blah. This is our, what, insurance policies? That's all I fucking murdered that poor innocent robot for. Hello?
Folks I never met before are my most favorite kind. So, what's your story?
Well, it's the strangest thing, really, but I was frozen in space for 70 years, and then one day...
Let me just stop you right there, stranger. My question, it's not one I really want an answer to. Not unless it accompanies some extra bits. Understand?
How many bits we talking?
More than you can afford at this time.
I'm leaving. important.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook.
You're the lady that the
only nugget of
other lady was
paradise in this
talking about.
entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Catherine, you're as welcoming as ever.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
If by nugget of paradise you mean piece of manta dung, then sure.
You know, I ain't heard that one before. Suppose I'll have to work harder to show you just what makes our town shine. But first, I'll need to know what brings you, stranger. Well, I'm half listening.
Need a hand for hire?
If it's one that don't mind getting dirty, then I sure do. But how am I to know whether you're reliable, if not fully trustworthy?
You can trust me fully. Or, no, I could beat it out of you.
That you won't ever do. But I like your style, so I'm willing to take a risk. We'll consider it a trial run. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
Okay. What specifically do you want me to do?
Kill him. Run him out. I don't rightly care for the details. So long as Clive knows resistance to me is costly and futile. Hit him where it hurts. In his gut, or his production lines ought to make do.
Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know.
Say I wanted to sabotage the factory.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
And if I wanted to kill him?
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Sounds good.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
Let's see. Let's do that.
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll pull you out of the sulfur, so long as you don't mind being in her debt.
Efficient, clever.
Hungry? I'm famished myself. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Catherine said you can give me an ID cartridge for the CMP factory?
Not so fast. The biometric IDs are special goods. Only on offer to special clients. You cotton?
I think the fact that Catherine Malin sent me for it makes me special enough.
She needs it for a job? Well, why didn't you say so? Reckoned you asked her where to best procure one, and she obligingly pointed you my way. Give me a jiffy to break. I mean, calibrate the ID. This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a CMP factory line worker, she sure is a beauty. Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Also, you'll be off my list of unwholesome customers.
Uh-huh.
Will that be all, or do you require something to say, scratch your itch?
I'm going now. Alright, let's take down this factory.
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
And then I think I'll have to stop streaming because I am hungry. But first, this is the pig factory. Where is it? That way. Ow, my legs.
Go!
Down they go!
What are you guys shooting at?
But we're good.
Look northwest. That ain't it, but marauders sometimes camp inside the buildings there. Steer clear unless you fancy getting shot.
Over there?
Westbound still. I'll let you know when we can start ascending.
Oh.
Incoming!
This is a strong sniper rifle. What are you guys shooting at? Sir?
Done. We are victorious.
That must be the Sister Pig
I call
factory.
this Rotting River, on account of all the dead things I've thrown in it over the years. It'll take you into the Devil's Peak Caverns if you follow it under the bridge. That's one option. Others the slope up. If you're up for...
What?
Let's chat.
Here they come!
Got him! By the law, we are unstoppable.
Ah, this factory offers the loveliest aromas. Like if you cook borscht over a sulfur pit.
Hi. Can I talk to you guys? Maybe there's another way in besides the front door. Hey guys. Sealed. Ow. to the sewers. Alright, up we go. Hi. What's happening? Oh, family emergency. I need to clock out early today.
Unless your mom's on her deathbed, you ain't got an approved excuse.
As a matter of fact, she is.
Oh. That's unfortunate and awkward. I mean, you'd best hurry then.
Thanks, I owe you, friend. My cloak is broken again, but I'm almost to his office. Hi, friend.
Whoa, now. And just what do you figure you're doing up here? These are my private quarters, friend. I don't allow tours up here. I don't allow tours ever on deeper consideration.
You have blood on your shirt, right there. No, lower.
Certain things require a mess to do well. See, I was just killing some time. I prefer to prepare my dinner by my own hand. Nothing like fresh and bloody Borstwurst.
Uh-huh. Those parts are from Sisty Pigs?
I do own a factory known for specializing in the canning of Borstwurst. On occasion, I like to imbibe other parts of the Sisty Pig. Did you fancy me a cannibal? Perish the thought. No, I don't eat the bodies, I disappear. A joke, that last was. So, what can I do for you? My full attention is at your disposal.
Captain, I would caution that we tread carefully through the remaining morass of this encounter, for the safety of all involved.
While I approve of your associate's cautious nature, I still teeter on the verge of losing my patience. Let us move forward with the present proceedings.
Sublight sent me to kill you, but I'm sure we can work something out.
By Sublight, you mean Catherine, do you not? That greedy, star-crossed sow. Listen, friend. The Borst King of Monarch does not negotiate with coveters. How about you bring me Catherine's severed head, and I will gift you a lifetime supply of Borst.
What if you and Catherine partnered up, two great empires combined?
You desire that I should lower myself to Catherine's level of crassness and filth? I cannot fathom how that would cotton myself. The king built this golden monopoly brick by brick from the rubble when the corpse abandoned Monarch. No, he ain't the sort to partner up, as that requires the sharing of power and profits.
Come on, Catherine's a swell lady and a fine business partner.
According to whom? No, I don't see the advantage to me. Besides, didn't anyone tell you? The king don't bow to demands, nor stoop to negotiations, friend.
Uh-huh. Never mind.
Never mind? Never I should mind? I will never you right up your dark... I mean... Alright. Yes.
You need help, sir.
Listen, friend. The Borst King of Monarch.
I'll think it over and get back to you.
See that you do, friend. See that you do.
I should go. This guy, just a little bit psychotic. So you know what?
Shouldn't have stood in our way.
He's been dealt with. It's not the worst unless it's Borst worst. Alright, let's return to her and tell her that that psychopath is dead. Do 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 do. Alright, here we go. Turn this in. Why is this man's named the Chet?
No, but thank you. I'm quite alright as I am.
What?
Oh, you're still here. I said I don't require anything at this time. Run along now. I've had more than enough to satisfy my thirst for one evening.
Okay, seriously, what's your deal?
Deal? A rather bad one indeed. The fella swore Fallbrook was unrivaled in its leisurely pursuits. But it seems to me the whole town is designed primarily to leech one's bits. And now that I've run dry, or nearly so, the fellas have abandoned me back to Byzantium. You wouldn't leave a friend in need, I'm sure. Don't suppose I could just ask you to scram.
Goodbye, jackass. Do.
Please say the Oda corpse you're wearing is Clive's.
It is. Slaughterhouse Clive is deceased.
Not much boast to that declaration. Am I to take that to mean you didn't kill him?
How many knuckleheads did you send to kill him? Of course it was me.
Hired more than were successful, can tell you that. Still, this ought to compensate for your troubles. And take an aromatic. You stink like Sisty Pig.
I'd like a room.
I take it you don't have a reservation. No matter. I keep a suite of VIP rooms for visitors of your, let's call it, a certain means. The VIP rooms charge by the night. But for you, I'll make it a one-time fee. Got a feeling you'll make me a fine investment.
Consider it sold.
Marvelous. Do take care of the place. Maid service won't clean after a murder.
It's enough for now. Where's my room? Is this my room?
Now's not a good time. It's important. Try again tomorrow.
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as
Is this my room? Yay! I have a room. But anyways, I'm gonna call the stream here. Thank you anybody for watching, and I will see you next time.